Hey, in this video, I'm going to be talking about unlocking abundance, how to build a positive relationship with money. You're going to learn 8 ways on how to build a positive relationship with money and unlocking abundance in your life. You know, having a good relationship with money really means approaching financial matters in a more positive, balanced, healthy mindset. It really involves being confident and intentional in managing, spending, and saving money, really free from anxiety or emotional distress that often accompanies financial challenges. A person with a good relationship with money is really going to have more emotional intelligence, and they're going to view money as a tool for empowerment, security, and financial freedom, rather than a source of stress and limitation. So let's talk about what the signs are of a good relationship with money. First and foremost, the person's going to have confidence and control. You want to gain confidence and control over your money. And that means feeling in control of your financial situation, knowing where your money is going, knowing where your money is, and being confident with your ability to manage it effectively. This includes budgeting, saving, investing, and staying organized without feeling overwhelmed. So, how do you gain confidence? Well, you gain confidence when, let me step back. Let's make it super simple. How does a toddler, I have toddlers, I have 3-year-old twins. How do they gain confidence? What's confidence to them? Confidence is when they learn something and they gain mastery. So when they were crawling, okay, and they were trying to walk, they were not confident and they kept on falling, right? So they would try to get up and then fall, and then try to get up and fall. And then I would hold their hands and then walk with them, right? And then slowly but surely they gained confidence in walking. I knew they were going to walk. It was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of training and practice. And the more they practice how to walk, inevitably, now they're running. They're not just walking, they're running. They're so confident that they're running. And that's what I want you to see as confidence is. Right now, you're stumbling financially. You may be. We all go through that phase, okay? And so you might be able to walk a little bit and then you fall. You want to hold on to something just to get your stability, and then it's just not solid yet. Well, how are you going to gain your financial confidence? With practice. Okay, maybe holding someone's hand, getting a coach, getting an accountability partner, being consistent, trying every single day. Okay, and in time, you're going to walk. In fact, you're going to run. You're going to master your personal finance. In fact, that's why I've created the program called Money Mastery, so that you can gain confidence. And in that program, I'm holding your hand through it, through all the concepts of personal finance. Okay, not just the tangible, okay, but the practical, but also the mindset and the psychology. So we want to gain confidence and control, and that's through mastery. And the second is mindset, the mindset of abundance. And this is something you develop in time. Mindset, even though we can't see the mind, I want you to think of it as a muscle. If you don't use it, it'll atrophy. And so right now, if you don't have the financial experience that you want, it's because your mindset has not been focusing on that. Okay? What you focus on grows. Maybe you've been focusing on another area in your life that's important to you, and that's okay. That's happened to me when my finances really didn't take priority. My relationships were. I just had twins. I just had babies. And so my focus was my children, raising them. And so I didn't spend as much time, certainly, I even took time off of work. You see, so from an income perspective, that wasn't happening. So maybe you're in a situation where, your caregiving or health situation or something else has been happening in your life, and you haven't really been focusing on your finances. And so you just need some time to really refocus. And then once you get that back, you'll be able to get your footing. So this mindset of abundance essentially is about believing that there is enough money and that opportunities for financial growth are always present. You see, and this mindset allows for smart risk taking, investing, and feeling at peace with your finances rather than living in constant fear or scarcity. When we think about mindset as well, think of the conditioning and the programming that happens throughout the course of our life, from childhood on through our preteens, a teenage, being a young adult, through to adulthood. Constantly we're being fed a certain way of thinking about money, and oftentimes it's negative and lack. And so what we want to begin to do is to train our brain to see abundance. In our brain, there's something called the reticular activating system, and that's in the brain stem, and that helps us focus on what's important. The reason why the poor get poorer and the wealthy get wealthier is not because of availability of resources, because the availability of resources is available for everyone. It's just what they're focusing on. So the wealthy get wealthier because they're focusing on opportunities for wealth. And the more they seek out opportunities, the more becomes available to them. And you see, we're working with neuroplasticity, neuroscience. So this reticular activating system, right, it's almost like an input where you're putting a program simple as show me more wealth opportunities, right? So they're putting that into that brain, show me more wealth opportunities. And that reticular activating system is actively seeking, where's the wealth opportunities, right? And so more becomes available. Or they'll get creative, use their imagination and find the resources. If they don't have the money, they'll seek, they'll network, they'll create connections, and they'll find investors to get the money. They don't even have to have necessarily money. They'll garner investors to be able to invest, get this thing, and build wealth. Okay? And they'll continue to compound this way. Now the poor keep getting poorer because they're not putting an input of finding wealth opportunities into their reticular activating system. No, they're saying, I don't have enough. There's never enough. So what input are they putting in their mind? There's never enough. And that goes right into their brain as a program to find that there's never enough. And the reticular activating system is going to show them there's never enough. Here's lack. There's not opportunities. And so this filter, gets closed off. It closes off opportunities and opens up all of these supporting evidence of not having enough. And that also compounds. Okay? And so I want you to start thinking of the neuroscience here. When we think about mindset, we need to activate this mindset of abundance based on the inputs in our mind. And there's so many tools that I go over in my Money Mastery program to be able to recondition our mindset for abundance. Now, the third is balanced spending and saving. So practicing intentional spending where you're able to enjoy your money in a way that aligns with your values, but also saving and investing for the future. You see, people with a good relationship with money can enjoy what they have without feeling guilt and plan wisely for future needs. Just recently, certainly I am on a budget, but I'm planning right now a ladies' brunch in 2 weeks. And we're not going to skimp on this. We're going to have a very nice, luxurious lunch where we get to enjoy each other's company, network, right? And just have a great, great time. And, I want to spend time with friends in a nice environment and atmosphere. And so I see that as just having a balanced spending, because I'll spend there, but maybe that week I won't maybe necessarily go out to eat as much, right? So what we're doing here is we're being smart and having more harmony in our spending and looking at our budget and saying, okay, I have this much allocated for going out to eat, right? And I'm going to allocate this much for this ladies' brunch, right? And so that's how I want you to think about things, is not coming from a place of lack and always being in lack, but having a budget that allows for having these nice experiences and being intentional with your spending so that it's aligned with your values. See, building friendships is a value of mine. So I want to make sure that my budget is aligned with my values. Okay, and that's just one example. So the fourth is healthy boundaries. So setting and maintaining clear financial boundaries, such as not overspending to keep up with others, or saying no to expenses that don't align with personal goals right now. And it might not necessarily be something that you don't want. Maybe you want that, but it's not a priority. So as you think about your goals, you want to begin to prioritize them, because that way that'll make it easy for you to allocate your funds to your priorities, which means you're going to be saying no most of the time, and that's okay, because you're funneling your resources to what's important. Let's say you're planning to build a business, create a business. So what that means is you're allocating more money towards building this thing, creating that website, getting, sourcing material, okay, investing in the costs of goods that you're planning to sell. So you're investing, and I did that as I have an e-commerce brand, and as I was building this brand, I needed to invest in the material, invest in creating a trademark that costs money. And what that meant was, if I'm funneling my money and building the business, certainly, and building a website and all of that stuff, I'm not necessarily having spending that much on maybe traveling. Okay, so my travel was for a period of time, I didn't invest so much there because my priority was building a business. And so that's okay. The point is that I had to set a healthy boundary with myself. Even though I would have wanted to travel to Europe, for instance, that just wasn't my priority. And that doesn't mean that I'm limiting myself. It's just that I want to funnel my money on what's important. And that excites me, because the more I do that, the more successful I'm going to be in my priorities. So this also means, as we talk about creating healthy boundaries, it's not just boundaries with yourself, like in the example, but it also means being comfortable discussing money with others. For instance, your spouse. Right? If you have a family and you have shared expenses and shared income, well, your spouse certainly is someone that you want to be transparent, honest, and open with together, both of you, to discuss these, the personal finances, the savings, the goals, what we're going to invest in, and things like that. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have your own, right? You have your own bank accounts and then have a joint one. But ultimately, discuss that so that you're set up in a way that supports everyone and that everyone's comfortable. By everyone, I mean yourself and your spouse. Also, too, your financial advisor. That's another key person that you would want to be transparent with when it comes to sharing and discussing money, or your financial coach, right? So these are things to really think about. Point 5 is goal-oriented and financial planning. Someone that has a good relationship with money is goal-oriented. You see, having clear financial goals and a plan to achieve them keeps you motivated, maintains that momentum, and keeps you excited about saving. So a lot of times saving has a negative connotation and you feel like, oh, I'm depriving myself of something. But when you're saving towards a goal, you're actually excited. You're excited about saving because that means that you're that much closer to achieving your goal. So whether it's saving for retirement, paying off debt, or building generational wealth, a person with a good relationship with money sets achievable goals and takes consistent action towards their goals. Let's talk about the sixth one. The sixth sign that you have a good relationship with money is resilience. Having resilience on financial setbacks. So here's the thing. The economy goes down and it also goes up. And it goes down and it also goes up. So it's called cyclical. The economy and the market is cyclical. Just like everything in life, in nature, things are cyclical. And so when the market is down or when the market is up, we should really have an emotional intelligence and not be so subjective. Right? We're not riding on the roller coaster going up and down and feeling the emotions. It's up and not down. No. We're standing on the sidelines observing this roller coaster go up and down and up and down, and we're making conscious decisions based on that cycle. So we are disassociated. In psychology, it's called disassociate. Instead of associating, we're on the roller coaster and we're going up and down with the roller coaster. That's associating. We're not associating. We're not getting emotionally involved. We're disassociating. We're watching the roller coaster from the sidelines and seeing that play out. And based on that, we're making our financial decisions from a place that's emotionally intelligent. And that helps us become resilient in financial setbacks. So financial challenges or unexpected setbacks are part of life. But a person with a good relationship with money, they can handle it with resilience and emotional intelligence. They have, for instance, an emergency fund in place, right? That puts a separation between them and Murphy's Law, right? And they approach setbacks with problem solving rather than panic. So they're not a victim. We're not a victim of the economy. Okay, we are empowered adults that will make decisions based on what's going on and based on our dreams and goals. Okay, so we are powerful, we are strong. I tell that to my kids every morning when they drop them off at school. I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm smart, right? These affirmations help us to build resilience. And they condition us for success. So we, again, approach setbacks with problem solving rather than panic and view financial mistakes as learning opportunities. Listen, we all make mistakes. Been there, done that. I've made tons of financial mistakes. I remember in my first job, I was working in a good company. I was working at IBM and I was making good money right out of college. And guess what? That was during the dot-com bust. So the economy took a nosedive and they were just laying off left and right in the IT sector. And they were moving jobs to overseas to India. And so my whole department, got outsourced. And I panicked. I panicked so much so that because I was so afraid that I might not get a job. Again, I was focusing on the economy and not getting a job. Then I dipped into my retirement and depleted that. So instead of focusing on, hey, there's a lot of opportunities out there, focusing on opportunity, my panic, created this domino effect that affected me and made me make bad decisions. Now I can, mull over that, and I did, or I can learn from that. What's the lesson in that? There's always something we can learn. Take the lessons and keep it moving, right? Don't bog yourself down with past mistakes. learn from them, and move forward. So the seventh is detached self-worth from financial status. So we want to detach our sense of self-worth from how much money we make, right? A person with a good relationship with money, they don't tie their sense of self-worth to how much they earn or have. They value financial success, but it doesn't define their identity. We're all valuable. You're worthy, you're valuable, you're rich, okay? You're important, you're special, regardless of the numbers, okay? And this is going to allow you to feel content and grateful for what you have without comparing yourself to others. And I know social media is big on that. So social media is a whole bunch of reels on the best aspects of people's lives. They're not going to show you a picture of themselves on a kitchen table pulling their hairs because they have financial problems. They're not going to show you a video of that. They're going to show you a picture of, maybe having a fine dining restaurant, and you don't know if they can actually afford that. So here's the thing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Focus on yourself. Everyone is in their own journey, and this financial journey is very personal. And so decouple your sense of self-worth and value from money. The eighth is positive emotional relationship. You want to have a positive emotional relationship with money. Feeling at peace with money rather than experiencing constant stress and guilt is what I'm talking about here. There's a healthy emotional relationship where money is seen as a tool that helps you achieve your goals instead of as a source of fear or conflict. So think about a tool, maybe, a screwdriver or a hammer, right? So how do you feel about a hammer? Well, Yvonne, I feel nothing. It's a hammer, right? Well, exactly. It's a tool. And you pick up that tool when you need it. If you need to hang up a picture, what do? You pick up the hammer, get that nail on, and then you hang your picture and you move on with your life. And you put that tool back, and you only pick it up when you have something else that you need to work on, right? But, so that tool can be used for good things, like hanging a picture, but that tool can also be used to do harm. It could stub your toe. If you're not careful with it and you're not using it correctly, it can really do a lot of harm. It could stub your toe. It can, break the drywall. And so that's how we need to begin to see money, as a tool where we pick it up, we use it for what it's good for, and then we put it back down. Okay? But we need to have this healthy respect for it, because just as it can be used for good, it can also be used or misused if not taken seriously and planned for and organized, right? Without a good money management strategy, it can really do harm if you're not on top of things and you're not using it correctly. So these are the 8 signs of a positive relationship with money. And here's the thing, the benefits of having a good relationship with money include financial freedom, financial independence. You see, a good relationship with money is going to lead you to sound financial habits and behaviors. For example, saving, investing appropriately based on your risk criteria, and then living within your means. And see, over time, this is going to create financial freedom and independence. And I'll also throw in there, having a good relationship with money when it comes to financial freedom also means understanding that there's a lot of opportunity to create wealth and a lot of opportunity for multiple streams of income. And the average person is not thinking that way. They're typically thinking only one source of income. But as you improve your relationship with money, then you're going to see all of these other opportunities. And we talked about the neuroscience behind that and the reticular activating system, how we get more of what we focus on because of the inputs in our brain and how that can work for us if we understand how that works. The second benefit that we get with a good relationship with money is increased opportunities. When you manage money well, you're more likely to take advantage of investment opportunities, grow your wealth, and pursue experiences or projects that matter to you, right? So once you, for instance, have a good handle on your home, right? Or maybe you're renting. You get a good handle on your finances, and you're ready to step up and begin purchasing a home, right? Purchase your own home so that every time you're paying towards, where you live, you're actually investing towards building wealth. And as you pay off your home, then now you're looking towards, hey, I want to invest in real estate properties. See, so this is your opportunities continue to increase and expand as you continue to mature financially. And see, the third benefit is emotional well-being. We talked about emotional intelligence. We're going to have reduced stress, reduced anxiety around our finances, and it's going to lead to a better overall quality of life, well-being, and peace. See, that's what a good relationship with money gives us. And the fourth is healthier relationships. You see, when you're clear and confident about your finances, you're more likely to have open, positive conversations about money in your relationships with your spouse, and reducing conflict and improving harmony in the home. You see, most relationships fail and divorces happen because of a lack of harmony in their finances. Can you imagine you can save a marriage by getting your money life in order? So that's all the reasons why I created my Money Mastery program. It's a course to help individuals cultivate a good relationship with money by teaching them not only the practical aspects of managing your finances, but also how to adopt a healthy mindset towards wealth, prosperity, and financial security. Click on the link in the description box below to learn more about the Money Mastery program, and I'll see you on the next one.